He's back. Former Tesla board member Steve Leslie, milking it for all it's worth. I would too. The headline of this piece, focus is the key. Tesla could use more of it. This should be good.
It's been a very tough quarter in Q1. They've lost ground the first shrinking quarter, missed quarter since COVID, and they're now laying off 10,000 employees. The big question is Mr. Musk crazy like a fox or just plain crazy? And I think asking for a $55 billion pay increase at the same time you're laying off 10,000 employees, that might be a little crazy.
Wait a second. That characterization might be a little crazy, suggesting Musk's asking for... Let's just listen to that again to make sure I heard correctly.
Just plain crazy. And I think asking for a $55 billion pay increase at the same time you're laying off 10,000 employees.
Yeah, he did say that. Asking for a $55 billion pay increase. Everything that could possibly be wrong with this statement is, for one, this isn't pay in the traditional sense. It's stock-based compensation. 2, Musk isn't asking for this as if it's new. 3, this was already approved back in 2018. Milestones were hit and it was earned. Then a corrupt activist pretending to be a judge has spat in the face of Tesla's shareholders who approved this, spat in the face of democracy, and attempted to rob Musk of this fairly earned compensation. The next important point, just to be clear, for those who are unaware, when you hear the word pay, most people, especially the kind of person who tunes into CNBS, thinks pay is, funnily enough, pay. How does the Oxford Dictionary define pay? In this context, quote, the money paid to someone for regular work. Some similar terms here, salary, wages, take-home pay, blah, blah, blah. Now, I know that this is a matter of semantics, but if you're among the lowest common denominator, which is the target audience of CNBS, and you hear a comment suggesting that Musk is asking for a $55 billion pay increase, most people, especially those without a sophisticated understanding of the difference between stock-based compensation and so on, would think that Musk is asking for a $55 billion salary, meaning that Tesla would be paying Musk $55 billion. And what do you know? I saw this excellent post from James Stevenson. We've all seen headlines claiming Elon would make $55 billion if shareholders vote for reauthorizing his 2018 compensation agreement. Trick question. How much will Tesla pay Elon when/if he exercises the stock compensation he earned under the terms of the 2018 CEO Performance Award? Now, James has kind of given it away here with the trick question, but check out this poll. How much will Tesla pay Elon? Just over 15% of people believe that Tesla would be paying Elon billions of dollars. What the? 3.5% of people said millions. 50.7% of people apparently are well informed. Nothing. Elon pays Tesla. Wait, what? Elon pays Tesla? Yeah, that's right. And just over 30% of people don't understand. Please show me the results. So for those of you who don't understand, these are stock options. In other words, Musk has the right, until the corrupt activist tried to rob him of this right, to buy shares of Tesla from Tesla at a previously agreed upon price, much lower than it is today. To be clear, Musk has to pay Tesla to buy the stock from Tesla. And a few people might say, well, what about diluting shareholders? Believe it or not, stock options put aside for such things as the 2018 CEO compensation package are already accounted for. No new shares are being issued for this compensation. That happened about 6 years ago. So I just wanted to clarify this because what Steve is saying could technically be perceived as true, but it seems a little bit disingenuous to me to suggest that Musk is asking for a $55 billion pay increase when 1, it's not cash. 2, he's the one who has to pay Tesla for the stock options. And 3, it's not new. This is something that he was entitled to after shareholders overwhelmingly approved this compensation plan back in 2018, and then Musk achieved all the necessary milestones for every tranche of that to be fully vested. What do you guys think? You hear somebody say that Musk's asking for a $55 billion pay increase and you don't know all the details. Do you think that he's literally asking for $55 billion in cash from Tesla and doing so in some sort of a new scenario as opposed to going, well, hey guys, you know how we agreed to this 2018 compensation if I hit these milestones and then I hit these milestones, so I achieved everything, and then this corrupt activist pretending to be a judge came and said, no, fuck you guys. No money for you, no stock for you, no compensation for you. Because remember, Elon bad, equity good, meritocracy bad, Elon big billionaire, billionaire bad, big billionaire, very bad, biggest billionaire, the most bad. Oh, $55 billion pay increase. Interesting. Now look, call me crazy, but I think there may be a mind virus infecting the Wesley group. Or maybe I just am experiencing tinfoil hat-wearing conspiracy theorist syndrome. What do you guys think?
Employees, that might be a little crazy. The big questions are, how soon can he get to market with that new $25,000 car? And what will the big August 8th autonomous full self-driving car release look like? Is he going to produce a vehicle? How close will it be to full self-driving? If he nails both those, he could be crazy like a fox.
Absolutely agree on this point. Tesla clearly all in on autonomy. The Robotaxi unveil on the 8th of August, just a couple of months away now. It's going to be huge. No doubt we're going to see the physical hardware, the actual vehicle designs. It's extremely likely if there's only a single vehicle unveiled, although there probably be some variations, but it's a two-seater. If there's more than one vehicle, obviously, there's a possibility of a much higher density vehicle, e.g. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12-seater as well, e.g. two-seater plus something to take fuck tons of people around. I've already seen hints in the past. The Walter Isaacson Elon Musk biography had some prototype designs, and in a recent Tesla promo video encouraging investors to ratify Musk's 2018 compensation plan. A short clip of this. By the way, for those who don't know, this was a prototype, not the final thing, but look, fancy that, 2 seats. The more I look at this image on the bottom, the leak, the unveil, the hidden gem, the breadcrumb in Tesla's recent video encouraging shareholders to vote to ratify Musk's 2018 compensation, the more I get Cybertruck vibes. Is it just me? Look at these sharp angles and straight lines. In addition, now of course, pure speculation, but hey, what are we going to do until the 8th of August? This looks very modular. Like this black thing can just slide in and out. Maybe even a robot could do that, which seems to tie in with Tesla's next-gen modular manufacturing system. So what do you guys and girls think? Might be a little bit of a stretch. I mean, maybe this could be the front, maybe this could be the back. I don't know exactly, but surely I'm not the only one who's getting major Cybertruck vibes here, right? Not a curve in sight. What are we looking at here, folks? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Did someone say Cybercab? So despite the strong disagreement with Steve's characterization of Musk asking for a $55 billion pay increase, this is so ridiculous. I definitely agree. Tesla's Robotaxi unveil event, 8th of August, it's going to be a big deal. Now, whether or not the stock market understands how important this is, probably not if history is anything to go by. Otherwise, we would have seen quite the reaction after the first FSD V12 end-to-end video demo. Nothing seemed to happen. People still don't get it, but they will. I suspect what we're going to hear at Tesla's Robotaxi event, speculation alert, is we're all in autonomy. We don't really give a fuck about selling vehicles to customers. I mean, we still will, but it doesn't even matter anymore. Autonomy is going to dwarf the entire consumer-facing business. So we're going to try and make these things, the robotaxis, the dedicated robotaxis, as fast as possible, as cheap as possible, put as many of them on roads as possible. We might just keep them ourselves. We might sell them to third parties. Who knows? Who cares? Whatever. The point is, robotaxis on roads. Why? To massively accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy as measured by miles driven in electric vehicles. Oh, and the cash flows are going to be ridiculous. PS, biggest increase in value on assets ever, blah, blah, blah. You've heard the spiel. But please don't believe us. Just wait until after it happens, because some guy with 3 first names is still buying Tesla stock. Thank you very much. In short, the Robotaxi event's going to be a big fucking deal. Whether or not the stock market gets it, it's an entirely different matter. But Tesla wouldn't be unveiling this product if they weren't confident they were literally on the cusp of solving autonomy and beginning the rollout globally.
This gets interesting because you are also an expert in the mobility space with your portfolio companies now as well. These are two very different beasts we're talking about. A mass market car that would go head to head in competition with all the cheap cars coming out of Chinese factories, or the future bet on robo-taxis where it could just be pie in the sky. There could be a lot of hurdles to conquer around regulation as well. Which one should Musk be focusing on?
Well, are they two different bets or not? I think what you're going to see is a vehicle that looks different on the outside, but is quite likely built on the same chassis. And again, what Mr. Musk has been doing is moving the vehicles toward full self-driving capability for the last 5 years.
By the way, totally agree with this point as well from Steve. He's talking about the internal structure, layout, design of the vehicle, varying depending on whether it's a fully autonomous robotaxi or consumer-facing vehicle, but built on the same platform. Totally agree. I mean, duh. Now, here's the thing. At the Robotaxi event, I'd say I'm 80% confident, maybe a little bit higher than that Tesla will not even no mention of a vehicle for consumers built on that platform. It would be kind of insane because a lot of people today who are thinking about buying a Model 3 or a Model Y, if they hear about a vehicle that's going to be 30, 40+% more affordable, that has comparable features coming out in a couple of years, they'll just wait. Tesla would be shooting themselves in the foot. So I don't think they're going to mention it, but I do strongly believe that behind the scenes, they're obviously intending on producing on this next-gen vehicle platform not only the dedicated robotaxis with a different layout internally based on autonomy, no steering wheel, no pedals, blah, 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 but also the next generation of consumer products as well, built on the same platform with the same modular manufacturing system with much lower costs. But I really don't think Tesla's going to mention this at their event. Less than a 20% chance they do. Then again, what would I know? I'm just some idiot who makes content.
Made huge strides. They're about to make another. And what I think he will show on August 8th, we'll see, will be a different shell that'll look a little bit, cool on the outside, two-seater, no driver, no steering wheel for the first time. And that would be for full autonomous driving. The question is it going to be 99%, which is where they're close to today, or will it be the 99.999 you need to take the driver all the way out? Time's going to tell on that one.
But also with autonomous driving, a lot of it's about regulation, isn't it, Steve? Can you use these vehicles on the road? So it's all well and good.
Gigantic nothing burger. We already know there's a bunch of actual autonomous vehicles operating in extremely small pockets of a few cities around the world. So clearly, getting approval, in theory, not a problem. Then, of course, there's the data. Tesla collects fuck tons of data. When they have the data showing that their vehicles, operating autonomously, are significantly safer than human-driven vehicles in certain pockets, regulators will have no choice but to look at the data and go, oh shit, yeah, want to save lives, prevent injuries, deaths, disabilities. Okay, approved. The end. And here's the caveat. It's not going to be Tesla who are taking outsized risks. I believe that Tesla will have a higher threshold for safety before they're comfortable to begin operating the first robotaxis than regulators will. How do I think this? Why do I come up with this conclusion? Because everything Tesla does in terms of their products, it's safety first. They make the safest vehicles ever tested in terms of crash safety, lowest probability of injury, not an accident. Their active safety features, next level. Everything that Tesla does is geared around safety first. Everything follows safety. If that's the case, and it is, then obviously Tesla's very likely to have a much higher standard than regulators themselves would for safety. And Tesla has the data. You understand what I'm saying, right? Tesla collects enough data and goes, hey, regulator, look, here's our mountain of data. We know your threshold's down here, but look, we're way up here with safety, way above your threshold for approval. Approval, please, thank you, done.
Musk coming out with an autonomous vehicle, but can you use it?
In fact, you can. And Waymo, part of Google, another one of the Magnificent Seven, you can go to San Francisco tonight, or Los Angeles, or Phoenix, or Austin, and get in a autonomous vehicle with no driver today. And what's happening is Waymo has made a bet. They're going to start in a few cities, prove they can do it. They already have regulatory approval. Elon has a different bet. He's saying, I'm going to flow self-driving capability to everybody. We're going to make a few mistakes along the way, a few dangerous boo-boos, but we're going to take that data, recycle it, and it's going to give us an edge. We'll see how close he is to that 99.999 you need for full regulatory approval, but don't bet against the guy. He's got a pretty good track record.
What about the pace
Again, totally agree. Don't bet against Elon.
of innovation at Tesla in this case? Is it moving too slow? We're talking about a mass market car just now when you've got Chinese players launching a new model every few months. You've got the traditional EVs starting to catch up, launching models at around these price points too. So is the iteration...
Oh man, this is hard, bro. This is hard. So he claims that traditional automotive manufacturers are now starting to launch electric vehicles around similar price points of whatever. Who cares? Are they making money selling those vehicles? Wait, what's that? Sorry. Is that louder? They're losing money? Can you say that a little bit louder? They're losing tens of thousands of dollars per vehicle sold. Okay, just a little bit louder. Oh, yeah. So they're losing fuck tons of money trying to sell these vehicles around those prices. Okay, cool. Well then, who cares? If they ain't making money selling these vehicles, it's not sustainable, is it? Who has scale? BYD has scale. Both are making money, although BYD barely any, and obviously it's a pretty tough time for automotive sales right now with sky-high interest rates. Everyone else has such piddly little scale. They have no hope of making any money selling vehicles at comparable prices. So forget them. Just because you can put a product on the market and sell it and lose tens of thousands of dollars doesn't mean shit. The other thing to understand is Tesla's moving as fast as they can, driving costs down as fast as they can, and passing those cost savings on as fast as they can. They've been going flat out for about 15 years. They're moving as fast as they can, so they couldn't have moved any faster, and they're light years ahead of everyone else. The question here from the anchor really is, well, since everyone else has a magic catch-up to Tesla button, and now they're all starting to press that, should this be a concern for Tesla that all these companies are now just going to press the magic catch-up to Tesla button?
Of vehicles from Tesla just too slow at this point?
I don't think so. Having served on the Tesla board, they've gotten some things right, they've gotten some things wrong, but one thing they've done better than everybody is move quickly. I think they're going to put this $25,000 car in the market by next year. I think it'll be a big seller. But you put your finger on something key. The Chinese are coming, they're coming quickly. They've just announced a $10,000 car, but they're focusing on China, Southeast Asia, South America, and so on. The big questions are, can the Chinese get beachheads in North America and Europe?
Again, Steve on the money here. Totally agree. Tesla innovating at a lightning pace. They'll get the $25,000 vehicle to market. It's got to be a massive seller. And importantly, he's pointing out these Chinese EV manufacturers at the low end of the market. If they can get a foothold in North America, South America, Europe, etc., oh boy, as I've said in the past, they're going to eat the lunch of legacy automotive manufacturers today. As I've said many times, Tesla doesn't need to worry about the Chinese EV manufacturers. There's Teslas and there's electric vehicles, just like there's iPhones and there's smartphones. Legacy automotive manufacturers should, however, be shitting themselves when they think about the potential to be disrupted by affordable, relatively decent Chinese electric vehicles.
And people have said it in America, not going to happen. People won't buy Chinese cars. But BYD already selling buses in the U.S. market, and through Volvo, which is now owned by Geely, selling Chinese-made cars there today.
I'm glad you've gone there on the crossover between Chinese and American technology, because it feels like we're seeing even more of it than ever before, at the same time when this administration, the Biden administration, is trying to put the brakes on Chinese advances in AI. If there's a change in administration, one can only anticipate that gets even more spiky for the Chinese-American crossover. So as Tesla dives deeper into the Chinese market, extracting information, the Chinese try and dive into the American market to get more market share. Does this all get unstuck by politics?
So we'll see. But you've touched on two key things. The Chinese are coming, and they're coming quickly. They have not had a truly robust auto industry for the last 50 years. It just didn't exist. They don't have any oil. They're dying to reduce their dependence on European and American manufacturers. What they're in essence doing is leapfrogging over the entire internal combustion background. And since they have
Now, this is another accurate call from Steve. Whether or not you are a fan of the way that China's leadership has been, I was going to say leading, but pretty much forcing the country to evolve over the last handful of decades, you can't argue with the results. China, historically, a very poor country, has almost skipped the entire internal combustion engine vehicle industry and generation and gone straight all in onto electric vehicles. And now they will reap the rewards, having gone from effectively no meaningful automotive industry to the world's most advanced electric vehicle industry. It's an impressive feat.
Access to rare earth minerals, lithium and so on, they're able to get into electrics quicker, faster, easier, and that's why they have chosen to dominate the EV market. The U.S. is watching this, worried. Elon's sending out the cries for help. President Biden is saying 100% tariffs. That probably makes sense given the heavy subsidies from the Chinese, but it's a dicey game to play because the Chinese could well turn around and say, fine, we'll do 100% tariffs on your cars. That'd put a lot of pressure on Tesla as well as other American manufacturers.
Just one more for me, Steve. How big a liability is Elon Musk right now?
Oh, fuck me, not again. Oh, yes, please, Elon bad, Elon bad. The dude has literally created over $1 trillion of value in public and private markets. Has a multi-decade track record of doing the impossible, sometimes delivering it a little bit late, but whatever. One of the largest followings on social media. The most talked about man on the fucking planet. I mean, hello, how meta can we get here? Elon. Just because every once in a blue moon, Musk shares an opinion like, I don't know, sterilizing children's probably not cool. Meritocracy is probably better than racist and anti-meritocratic hiring policies, for example. Corruption is bad. There was a laptop, hey, here. Just because once in a blue moon, Musk says something that causes an angry, fatherless, blue-haired cat mum to get mad, or a money-managing sausage wallet to get butthurt because many of his or her clients happen to be those same fatherless, blue-haired cat mothers, does not mean the guy's a liability. Far from it. He's an asset. What Musk has done in terms of positive impact on the world, value creation in both public and private markets, technological innovation, massive industrial disruption is unmatched. Remember, people are packages. You get everything that comes in the package, not just the parts you want to keep. And Musk is the ultimate package. Look at the results. That's all that matters. It's amazing how short-sighted some people are. I've seen a lot of these gigantic sausage wallets crying about how much sand is in their vagina on X. Elon bad, Elon should step down, Elon's destroying Tesla. Elon. Fuck you. If you don't like the stock, you can't handle it, don't own it. If you want somebody that'll appease and pander to the mob, Elon ain't your guy. It's stunning to watch the emotional babies melt down in recent times. Just because Tesla stocks are not near all-time highs, suddenly Elon bad. Elon's no longer the right guy to lead the company. Get fucked.
Now to Tesla, when you look at the firings, the pay saga, the stuff he says on X.
Well, that's up for the board to decide, and I'm glad I'm not on it anymore. But here's the real answer. For any CEO of any of the top companies in the world, you need to be laser focused on what you're doing. And it appears now that Mr. Musk's focus is in too many areas. If you look at people like Jensen Huang, who is arguably the greatest CEO in the world right now, continuing to bang out superior results, focus is the key. Tesla can use more of it.
Steve, we've got about 20 seconds.
Just to be clear, Steve's suggesting that optically it appears that Musk is not completely focused at Tesla anymore. This is the same Musk who, for the last decade and a half, more than 2 decades, was leading SpaceX and Tesla simultaneously. Never mind raising approximately 100 children. Close enough. Still finding time to post on X, formerly Twitter. Oh, and starting a bunch of other companies along the way, being involved in the founding of OpenAI, now Closed AI, Neuralink, the Boring Company. Oh, hello. Again, perceptions versus reality. If we have not been paying attention, the progress Tesla's been making on FSD, stunning. They're on the cusp of unlocking a decatrillion-dollar opportunity. They're running away with it. Still in a dominant... Again, I think the results are what matters, not the perception, and the results speak for themselves.
Left. Can I ask you very quickly around your AI strategy, how you pick winners? Because I can see only about 2 in your extensive portfolio that directly said they do AI.
More is coming. AI is the single most important thing since the internet. It's going to change every industry, and we're on top of it.
Interestingly, kind of feel like there was a little bit of cognitive dissonance among the hosts there. After all, Tesla, FSD, the world's biggest AI project. We're just going to ignore that? I guess so. I'm fine with that. Still buying Tesla with every spare cent. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients. Plus, has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. And I haven't missed a daily video in more than 3 years. Must be a coincidence, right? Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. But don't take my word for it. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. By the way, viewer, that makes 2 of us. On to the next. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. This viewer's been taking AG1 for 8 months and says, what an investment. Another. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR or I can keep going. Plenty more to come. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. If you're still skeptical, hey, I don't blame you. Everyone on the planet seems to be promoting AG1 now, but guess what? They weren't nearly 3 years ago when I had this to say privately to my Patreon audience before there was a relationship, when I was asked about what I was doing for my health, energy, and so on. Just sharing my genuine, honest thoughts about a product I'd recently discovered that was at the time called Athletic Greens, now AG1. If I could only recommend one supplement to take, Athletic Greens, and I'm not getting paid to say this, Athletic Greens is a fucking game changer. I cannot believe how effective this is. No longer having a lack of energy in the afternoons. It's fucking amazing. There's only one thing to recommend seriously. Try Athletic Greens. You won't go back. So obviously, just like Elon Musk is a liar, a fraud, a con man, a scammer, a fake engineer, and Tesla's going bankrupt, you shouldn't trust that guy from about 3 years ago who without any financial incentive, was promoting this product to his audience on Patreon when they were asking about health and what he's doing for supplements. Because obviously there was some other reason he recommended that, obviously. Not sure what it was, but don't trust that guy. And all the testimonials, like my mental game's improved with AG1. I feel better than ever. I'm so impressed I've bought it for both my parents. I feel more focused and have better digestion. Incredible difference. No more afternoon fatigue. It's relieved gut issues. These are all just obviously fake testimonials from fake people. Right? Wrong. Just try it. Unless you hate yourself. If you hate yourself and you don't even want to risk possibly feeling better, this is not for you. But for everyone else, what's the worst that could happen? Try it for a month. See how you feel. It's a no-brainer. Just click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR. You'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 plus 5 travel packs. And you'll take the colossal risk that maybe you might have a similar experience to some of the people whose testimonials we've read in this video.